Hello everyone, and welcome back to the second episode in the new Outcast SMP series. Things are beginning to ramp up on the server, and I'm sure it won't be long before I have some crazy stories to tell. And luckily for you, I have one such story today. This is a story of triumph against great odds, a story of teamwork and camaraderie, unseen since me and Eliet's no jumping challenge. Today you will witness a moment that goes in the history books of the Outcast SMP. I present to you, Episode 2, Dragon Slayers. The goal of this episode was known from the beginning. It was time to kill the dragon. We had planned an event on the server for the fight, but it was still a few days out and we all needed to get ready. For me, this entailed two things: armor upgrades and enchanting. You may have noticed near the end of the last episode, but I had full netherite armor. Well, we need to go back in time a bit from my heartwarming moment with Xeno. Back to when I was furiously fighting my way through the nether, struggling to survive on a quest to raid bastions and earn myself netherite. Unfortunately, like the idiot I am, I deleted all my OBS footage for the first few minutes in this video, so you're stuck with cinematic replay mod shots of my proudest moments. But it matters not, because I valiantly fought my way through many a bastion, sniping piglin brutes from above with the bow I fished from my rickety dock, searching chest after chest for that sweet ancient debris. But truthfully, I need to level with you guys. I wasn't looking for netherite in these chests. No. I was looking for one item in particular: Pig Step. You may have seen me play it at the end of the previous video, but that had yet to happen and I was scouring every bastion I could in search of my most precious treasure. It must have been bastion number 4 before I finally opened the brim of the chest and saw inside the glimmering vinyl disc. Oh, it was beautiful. I returned home endowed with not only Pig Step, but 2 netherite bars. I mined for the rest underground, in boring fashion, and finally had enough for a full set of armor. There was only one problem though. I had no enchantments. Fortunately, I had made the smart call of taking a few hostages from a local village in true pirate manner. Bursting through their doors and pillaging their valuables, I then abducted 2 men by boat over land. To the villagers, it must have looked like the scene from Vinland Saga, with Vikings charging their vessels across the grassy fields of England. But I was no Viking. I was a pirate. After I returned home, I got to work with my selective breeding program. The children born into this world knew nothing of freedom. It simply made them more malleable. After some inbreeding and birth defects, I finally got set up with Mending, Silk Touch, Infinity, Protection 4, and Fortune 3 librarians, along with a cartographer and 2 stonemasons. I then began work on my own custom torture machine. I could play many clips of me failing to use my own contraption, the endless redesigns and remodels, but I'm just going to show it in working order. Believe me, I understand how overly complicated it is, but like Rube Goldberg, I believe it simply makes it more beautiful. Let me walk you through the operating procedures. First, you open the trap door and push a villager into the tube where they will inevitably meet their demise. Flick the lever in the bedchambers and water is dispensed, funneling them into the torture room. The control panel up top is responsible for all the magic, and there's even a glass window so you can enjoy the fun from above. The first lever opens up the water stream to allow the villager to be killed and the conversion process to begin. Flicking it closed prevents further damage to the villager. The second lever opens up the water stream further and moves the converted zombie villager onto a rail line. A press of the button will sweep the new and improved villager up in a minecart and drop them right back in the bed chambers. There's also a hopper hole where you can dump minecarts back into the dispenser. All in all, it's definitely overly complicated, but I like to take my time with the torture process, if you know what I mean. Anyway, it worked for me because I soon had Mending on all my tools and armor and full Protection 4. I was ready to fight the dragon, no matter what came my way. Now, all that was left was to wait for the day of the event. The plan was to meet at spawn at 1:00 p.m. I showed up a few minutes early and waited around for others to start showing up. However, despite my best efforts in advertising the event, only 4 others showed up on time. Out of Context Eliet wasn't even online and was coming up with stupid excuses about taking fat shits and buying Girl Scout cookies, telling us he would catch up later. Once everyone finally showed up, already 15 minutes late, I threw the first die. And just like that, we were off. It was a regal band of knights on a quest to slay an evil dragon. In the distance, you could hear the sound of goat horns being blasted through the dense mangrove swamp we found ourselves in. It was like a scene from a fairy tale, and I suppose we all felt like heroes in some way. Regardless, after running for a couple thousand blocks, we were fast approaching the stronghold location. Me and Danterus triangulated the stronghold position and started digging down on a path to intercept the starter staircase. I was exceedingly careful, digging down in a 2-block hole to avoid untimely disasters. It was crucial that nothing went wrong at this last stage of the process before finally entering the end. No one could afford to slip up. And no one would. I was certain.
Oh my god, what?
And just like that, CordingAxis fell from the ground all the way into my tunnel. Luckily he survived, but it could have gone horribly. We kept digging until we intercepted the stronghold. Now I went in full stronghold navigation mode. I used my 2 brain cells to find a fake wall behind which lay the portal room. We placed down a bed and an inner chest and slowly gathered around the empty portal frame. We were all here. We were all ready. The only thing left in the way was the dragon. But let me back up a minute because that last part wasn't true. We weren't all here. Eliet was still nowhere to be seen despite having logged on minutes prior. He had said he would meet us at the stronghold but urged us to continue nonetheless, insisting he would catch up. So, with trepidation, I placed the final eye into the last empty portal frame and we were off. But something was strange. As soon as we stepped through the portal, I saw out of the corner of my eye that Eliet had also entered the end. I realized immediately what had happened. It was all a ruse. The Girl Scout cookies, the fat shit, it was all a lie. He had been waiting in the stronghold for us to appear to try and surprise us. But like the idiot he is, he went to the wrong one and his plans had backfired. Despite this turn of events, all of our attention was on the dragon now. We would need to kill it, to slay the beast if we wanted to venture to the Outer Isles. And with almost 10 of us working together, there was nothing we couldn't do. Watch, as history is made once again.
I can't hit it, it's up there.
Oh, I see. I got it. I got it. There you go. Oh, there's one more. There we go. No.
I got it.
Alright. Now we fire at the dragon.
I brought a stack of glass bottles of Foresight bottles. We're having multiple strongholds! I have one more bottle! We're gonna make fucking dragon's breath!
Oh, this guy's going down. Kill him! Yeah!
We tore that dragon to shreds. Danterus, the living legend, slayed it with his own 2 hands. The others stole all of the experience in the dragon egg, but I was not worried because what I was after was an elytra. Slowly, I worked my way up to the end gateway with caution. This was a dangerous journey, but one that must be taken. I threw my ender pearl through the portal, unsure of what would be on the other side. And it wasn't long before I stepped through the gate that I saw, looming in front of me, glimmering purple and ivory, a beautiful end city with a magnificent ship. I immediately got to work pillaring upwards. I would need to be the first to the ship if I wanted to get the elytra, but already others were streaming through the gateway. They saw me towering upwards to the ship, and all of our friendly spirit had disappeared. They were firing arrows now, trying to stop me, to claim the elytra for themselves. But it didn't matter. I avoided their shots and clawed my way upwards 1 block at a time before breaching the hull of the ship and claiming the ultimate prize. I could fly now. I could feel the air beneath my wings as I soared to and fro. But truthfully, I felt bad about stealing the elytra. So I decided to venture further and grab another elytra to give away as a present to Danterus, the man who slayed the dragon. It wasn't long before I found and looted another ship and was on my way. As soon as I returned to spawn, I saw Eliet. He was the only one to have returned from the end. But he bore no wings. He seemed disillusioned with the bleak dimension and wanted to buy an elytra instead of find one himself. But I still had every intention of giving mine away to the man who had killed the dragon, not to someone who had tried to trick us all. It was while we were in fierce debate that our bonds were strained and our relationship dissolved.
Yes.
I can give you a diamond sword with sharpness 4 knockback 2 to combine in an anvil with your current one. That's full
I already
ability.
have sharpness 4 book, and I hate knockback.
Okay, well, not much I can do for you then. I mean, I'll oh my god, run!
Kyaz should have been here.
You should have ran when I said run.
Well, his prop.
You gotta fix it. You can't just grief his base. You can't just grief his base and... I screamed run! I screamed run!
You just said run! I'm like, what's going on behind me? Why do
I didn't want to say creeper, because every time I say creeper, you start singing the full fucking song!
You could there's a creeper behind you! Boom! Sentence!
I don't think that fast, okay? There's a zombie right fucking behind you!
I fixed the door! The door has been fixed and he's got a zombie friend now! Oh. Well, I guess he doesn't have the zombie friend anymore.
But our wounds eventually healed, and when I learned Danterus had found an elytra of his own, I reluctantly sold my extra to Eliet. Now, I live a simple life. I'm a man who has seen it all and who now spends his days fishing from his wooden dock, having accomplished his greatest goal, to have slain a dragon. I'm in retirement, too old and feeble to move from my rocking chair, too tired to spend my energy. At night, I head inside and lay down beside my asshole of a parrot who knows how to make baby zombie noises. I wake up in time to see the sunrise, with the knowledge that every one may be my last. At least, that's what I thought my life was going to be from then on. But as I sat on my dock, listening to the waves crash against the barnacle-laden posts, mist swirling in the salt sea air, I got a message. The message read, "The Outcast SMP is about to begin its official election season." There was going to be an appointed president, but what bothered me most about this message was the man behind it, Little Roomba. I saw within him the makings of a dictator, someone who had the support of over half the server and was not far from taking it over entirely. If he was at the helm, I could see my life becoming miserable, my diamonds forcefully stolen from me, living in fear and persecution for the rest of my days, instead of in peace at my hut. I couldn't stand by this. Slowly, shakily, I stood from my rocking chair and put on my armor one piece at a time. Already I felt stronger. I was going to join this campaign. I was going to run for president. And most importantly, I was going to win. I would do it for the server. We could not afford to lose. Thank you for watching, everyone. Things are ramping up on the Outcast SMP, so you will want to be around for this. You've got a wild ride ahead of us. In the next video, you will see me hard at work campaigning for president of the Outcast SMP, with the goal of once and for all bringing peace to the server. Join me on this journey by subscribing. It will help you stay up to date as I release new episodes. It may be a while till the next one, but trust me, the wait will be worth it. Anyway, that's all I have for you today, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye.